Have you gotten in the water anytime recently or no?
Um, no, we had a really good season,
Yeah, it looks like
but
it.
it's the past couple weeks have been really bad. But today looks pretty good once this front goes by. I think it's probably gonna get pretty good this afternoon.
Nice, nice, hopefully. Um, yeah, so I guess if you could just tell me a little bit about your background with surfing first, that'd be great.
Man, I've been surfing. Well, I'm 40, to
Yeah.
start out with, and I've been surfing since probably like 12, 13 years old. I really got into it like pretty hardcore. I mean, I lived about a mile from the beach, so I'd walk to the beach and surf as long as I could stand it and then walk home, or go get lunch
Yeah.
and come back. And my dad would take me surfing when I got off work, and I just I loved it, man. I just poured myself into it. I sacrificed for it and lost a lot, but I don't regret any of that. I'm really stoked that I was fortunate enough to kind of follow my passion in
Yeah.
life. It's kind of been one of the biggest parts of my life, that I've really gone
Yeah.
after. It's the only thing I'm really great at. So I just
No, that's amazing. I could tell, I could feel your passion from here. So, yeah, I remember when we first spoke, I think you were waiting for the sun to rise in Tahiti, waiting to paddle out. And we were just
Yeah,
like,
I know. I've been
yeah,
thinking about that moment today. It's like,
yeah,
I remember when I first talked to this guy, I was in Tahiti,
yeah,
and I was out there and I did pretty good. I had a great trip, but I can remember being in the impact zone, holding on to my board, doing somersaults underwater, not wanting to let go of my board. That way I could get back out, hopefully without getting washed across the reef again.
sure,
So in that moment, my arms started cramping and I'm like, I need to do something to try to be in this situation without cramping. I want to be more prepared next time I'm here so I'm not thinking, hey, I should have really done more. That way I can perform. So
sure.
that was a big reason why I kind of wanted to talk to you, and maybe
Yeah, yeah.
start training.
Yeah, we were reflecting on kind of your how strength training wasn't quite ever a part of your routine at that point, and it might be the missing link to continue surfing at a high level going forward. And I that's kind of why we got connected, right? um,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that is it.
So so like you already mentioned like the cramping and there were some reoccurring neck pain that you were having, some hip issues, and just like, do you feel like the program addressed your goals of relieving or preventing pain, increasing your endurance and strength in the water?
Yes. I would just first start, to say, to be honest, that like I've never wanted to go to the gym. I didn't want to go to the gym and I didn't
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
But at the same time, I really wanted the results that I thought it could bring, and that it really did help me greatly get out of pain and prolong my sessions. And I think it just helped balance my body out. And, where I would be out for about 4 hours and barely be able to walk coming and back up the beach because of hip pain or, whatever happened out there. It's not like I'm not in pain anymore, but I'm just like on a way different level of being able to surf longer and harder and not even go into those pathways in my brain. I'm just stronger.
that's awesome. That's like, would you say you have more confidence in your body to do what it wants to do in the water?
it's kind of scary, but yeah, I'm actually going on waves. I was talking to one of my friends about this lately. I was like, I'm kind of like going on waves that I wouldn't have went on before because I'm like, you know what? I've put so much into preparing myself. Here's my chance. Like, go, and just go ahead
That's
and
awesome.
send it, But
Yeah.
when I was a Grom, I was like in full send mode and
Hmm.
ended with a lot of injuries. That's kind of why I have pain is because I've got,
Yeah.
a lot of bad wipeouts surfing Hawaii and Mexico or, wherever else. And I really got pretty cautious for like a lot of my later career.
Hmm.
Even like I'm pretty good at positioning, and people would always be yelling at me, "Why didn't you go?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to get hurt, Like you could
Yeah.
have had it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I just want to make it home to my family, and
Yeah,
it's
man.
just the wave, But um, I don't know. That's a really hard uh line to draw. When you're really passionate, of course you want to go on the big heavy wave, but it's just you do need to kind of look at the whole situation and where you are that day and what could potentially happen and I encourage kids to really wait for waves that they're probably going to make if it is
Yeah.
of course you want to see people get a heavier bigger wave than what they might be able to get it's like that's a big part of my motivation in surfing. That's kind of what I'm like, but I would like to encourage people to look for that, but with a good possible result too,
Yeah,
And that's something
for
I
sure.
didn't do as a young guy, and I'm trying to learn now.
That's awesome. And feeling stronger allows you to do that with a little bit more, I guess, peace of mind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
That,
100%.
that's awesome. Um, I know that you're sort of, I could tell just kind of from our conversations that you're a student of the things that you're passionate about. And do you feel that you sort of kind of adopted that with this program, just trying to learn from it? Do you feel like it gave you the tools going forward to like equip you with knowing how to train now? And like, and throughout the process, did you feel like you were learning how to train versus just like following a program?
Yeah. Yeah, and I had hoped for that in the beginning because I really haven't put much time into studying strength training.
Hmm.
And it's not like I didn't work hard to prepare myself for surfing, but I was just, as I mentioned, I was never interested in strength training. And so I never pursued it, but I just hear other guys talk, and when you get older, you start losing your strength like naturally. I'm not as strong. Well, maybe I am. I might be stronger now than I was before.
Yeah,
But
right, right.
before I started the program, I was weaker with the same effort.
Sure.
So to really hang on to where I want to be, I knew I had to take steps to better, improve myself.
Yeah, yeah,
And I definitely wanted, something that I could continue with. So, I haven't been in the gym lately, but I'm itching to go. I've just had
yeah.
other stuff come up in my life,
Yep, yep.
and I'm gonna get back in there soon. As soon as I
Yeah,
can.
man.
I'm actually thinking I might be in a position to start back up with a
Nice, man.
gym schedule here pretty soon.
That's
I'm
great.
gonna really
Sweet.
need to. I started getting into ultra running, as I've told
Yeah,
you
that's
before, and
which was we definitely worked on balancing that into the program a bit.
yeah, probably
Like,
kind of
don't
a
run
struggle
30
for
miles a
you. You're
day.
like, hey, thought you were a surfer, but
I remember you said
um,
something like, am I running? Am I, am I, at first you're like, I thought I was running to surf better. And now I'm like, am I surfing to run? I thought that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, it feels like that. I get so lost
Yeah,
in running. I'm so excited about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a surfer,
yeah, yeah,
but I definitely am really into running too. And but just looking at results and my own health stats and stuff, like I put forth more energy into surfing just naturally.
yeah,
I just can't help myself, I
yeah,
mean, it's like I'll just throw everything at it in the moment, I just get
yeah,
excited
yeah.
about it. You can't I don't think you're not gonna fake that, you're just
No, no,
either
no, no. Yeah,
gonna
it's
try or you're not, and
instinct. Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
I'm automatically gonna try,
For sure, for
can't help
sure.
it.
Yeah. Um, what do you feel like as far as like support from me during the program, do you feel like you got the support you needed to allow you to do the program successfully?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I definitely commend you on your job. Well done. I mean, I'm sure it was
Thank you, man.
frustrating working with me because like
No, no.
I'm like 110% at
Yeah,
everything and
I
often
was like, you
in an
need to
injury.
calm down, man.
Yeah.
Like one
Like,
day of
yeah,
rest
I'm
is
gonna
okay.
run, like I'm running a marathon today, and then tomorrow the
For
surf's gonna
fun,
be
yeah.
good,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
No, no,
so that doesn't always
I think
end
we
well,
figured it out. Yeah, we figured out a good system, but
Yeah.
yeah, cool. That's great to hear. And then as far as like if a close friend of yours was contemplating doing this program, what would you what would your advice be to them as far as like was the program worth it or
Yeah, I mean, I've recommended it to a lot of the young guys around here that are like
oh,
kind of want to be professional or really pushing it.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
kind of a core group of guys. Finally, it's like a breath of fresh air coming up and really surfing well. And I mean, one of them said to me this week, he's like, man, I really want to work on my explosiveness,
yeah,
in training. And I was thinking about you, and the fact that towards the end, you were kind of gearing me towards these explosive type
yeah, that
workouts.
was
And I remember like sharing with the kid, like one of the exercises
sure,
that
sure.
would practice that. But I mean, if I was going to give them advice and they were going into the program, I would tell them kind of what you told me because surfers, I think there's a lot of surfers like me that they really are extremely passionate about surfing. And so when they're going to prepare for surfing, they're
Yeah,
going to do that passionately,
for sure.
because it's their thing. And I would tell them that you don't have to lift so much weight. You don't
Yeah,
have to push it so hard. And even though like it's awesome to do that sometimes, like sometimes I would encourage you to, but really a lot of the time you're going to progress faster, like it more, and just be a better athlete by just showing up doing something and like not minimally but like you're going to give it like a 50% type effort. And I know it sounds backwards, but looking at the results that I've got, um that's where I really turned up a lot is when I would like push it really hard, say once every 2 weeks,
hmm,
but I'm consistently like, at least 5, 6 days a week, I'm doing something, for a half hour or an hour and a half to try to improve my fitness, but I'm not pushing it to my boundary all the time. It's
yeah,
just like
yeah,
you need some kind of balance of recovery and, trying to really stretch yourself.
for sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely it's always one of my rules is to you should always feel better leaving the gym than when you walked in and going like 100, going too hard will do the opposite. So like there is that fine balance. Did you
Yeah.
feel, yeah, any, go on. You good?
Oh
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, that was I was just
Um,
agreeing with you.
yeah.
I mean, it was
Um,
something that you kind of taught me, and it really made a lot of sense, and it
yeah.
worked well for me, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely it's a challenging thing, especially for someone like you who likes to push yourself. And it's definitely takes almost more discipline sometimes to like back off, but
Yeah,
it's really about the mechanics and progressing the program appropriately versus just like jumping straight into it, which is kind of why I shift the final phase of the program is more power related after you've built that first foundational strength and mechanics, and then a little more strength with intensity, and then the power is more the final phase. But I was going to say, did you get the sense that the program was designed specifically for you?
yes.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
I mean, and not just from the beginning, as we got to know each other and I went through, of course, personal injuries,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
kind of shared with you more of what was going on, with me and my body. You
Sure.
were just overly like, okay, like if you got this problem, you should work on this like this.
Yeah,
And it was just a breath of fresh air, man, because it worked. Like
awesome.
all those problems that I was having, which was incredibly stressful for me and disappointing, you get disheartened.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm through that and I'm
yeah.
past that. And
That's
and I'm
awesome.
not having those problems anymore.
Amazing.
And it's a result of someone that has experience, has studied, and so that's worth a lot. And you should be happy with yourself because you did a great
Thank you, man.
job.
I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, I mean it.
Um,
So
yeah, thank you, dude.
yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say about the program? I mean, you've already said a lot, so I appreciate that.
Um, well, I haven't got to finish it yet.
Yeah,
I kind of shared with you some personal stuff, and
sure.
we kind of had to take a pause, but I look forward to if I can't do it now, to one day just being able to finish. And I guess what
Yeah,
I've gotten halfway through the program,
yeah. You're a little more than halfway. Yeah,
a little more than
yeah,
halfway.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean I really it was hard for me to kind of give it up at the
I know
time,
you were
but I
going
was going
strong,
through
man. Yeah, I know.
really
It's
serious stuff and
life
I
gets in the
I,
way
I didn't have a
sometimes. Yeah,
choice.
yeah, of
So
course.
life came at me hard,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
but I'm thankful to deal with the obstacles that I was blessed to deal with,
For
and
sure.
I look forward to getting back to the gym, and I'm hoping to build a habit of
Yeah,
being there, just
yeah. You
to
were
because
you
I don't
got
want to
into it.
lose what I've gained.
I know.
I don't want to go
You
back
created the
into the
habit.
pain.
Yeah, I think you've
I want to
created
stay
enough.
balanced.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, I think you've created enough of the habit already that when you go back, your body will remember, and that habit, the routine will become more natural than the first time around. So I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you may never love the gym, but I think you got as close as you could.
Yeah. I love the results,
Yeah, exactly. I
I
mean, that's the
uh,
whole thing, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Um, cool. Any trips coming up, or maybe in the beginning of winter?
It's hard for me to not think I'm gonna go back to Mexico. I
Yeah,
love
that's
going
your
to
spot,
surf
right?
Pasquales,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing by next July I'm gonna be itching so bad I'll probably
Yeah,
end up there. I'd like to take some of the young guys around here with
that'd be
me
sick.
and just,
Yeah,
I
show
got a
them the
lot of
way.
friends there, and it would be fun to,
That's all. It sounds good.
yeah.
Well, hopefully you get there, and I appreciate you having so much dedication to the program. It was actually it was actually like a pleasure to work with you because of your hard work and just being a student of what you're doing is like that's a breath of fresh air from my end. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, man.
awesome, dude.
I'm
Well,
I'm
yeah, whenever you're ready,
thankful.
just let me know and we'll just we'll jump right back on it.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you I am until
Yeah, no, I
until
do.
I
Take
know,
as much. Do what you got
you
to do
know.
first.
Yeah, I got to make sure that I kind of complete what I'm doing
Yeah,
here, but
yeah,
as soon as I'm done, I'm
yeah.
gonna be back.
Cool.
So
Awesome, dude. Looking forward
if
to
you're
it.
still around, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
yeah, I
Yeah,
imagine you're
yeah,
probably doing pretty good. I talked to
yeah,
like this guy about an hour from me, and he was telling me he was doing pretty good training
yeah.
people.
Train. Yeah,
And
yeah. No, it's yeah, it's going well. I train in person in New York, and then I have this program online. So trying to reach more surfers. My in person training is just like kind of general population, so it's like all different types of people. But I really love helping surfers. So hence the
yeah,
program. Yeah. Um.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think
Thank
it's a
you.
great program,
Thank you.
because there is an up and coming group of surfers and they really
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to push it. And, I think surfing in general, we're looking at Nathan Florence and we're like, hey, like, how's this guy doing this?
Yeah.
Well, he's preparing himself,
Train. Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
and
Totally.
so if you want to compete anymore in the
Yeah.
level that there is, you're going to have to step it up in other areas of your life
Yeah.
in order to balance yourself, to be that
Totally.
prepared.
Yeah. I mean, it's strength training is at this point. It's honestly like it's almost non-negotiable as you age, because like you said, muscle goes, strength goes, explosivity especially goes, and it's kind of the only way to combat that. So, yeah, so that's why the program is here.
It's also like injury prevention,
That's the
I
huge
mean,
part. Yeah, and that's like
pain relief.
the totally. I mean,
Those
those
are
two
huge
things actually
factors.
those two things are actually come before performance. Like for me at least, if you're performing at
Yeah.
like a super high level, well, you have to be injury free to perform. So the injury prevention and the pain things are huge, and then also just like even people who are like more intermediate or even beginner, like if they feel stronger in their body, they can have more fun in the water. So it's really for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. All right, dude. Well, I really appreciate your time and just hit me up as soon as you're good to go.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Good chatting with you.
Yeah, you too,
And
man. Have a good Christmas
yeah, Merry
and all
Christmas.
that. Yeah, you too, man. I like the tree. All right, man. See you,
Thanks.
Joey. Thanks again.
Later.
Yep. Take care.